Racing. Bouncing a beautiful line, Reduced Choice and Esker away, running out wide. They burst out in front, the two favourites from Transparent Lover and Flavour. Further back in the early point, Mastic from Joshua's Pride, Saboom. Then Final Tempo and Sedation. Esker working three out on the outside of Reduced Choice and Transparent Lover pushing up on the inside, but she crosses over. She's almost on the fence. Esker knows she can't get over on the top of Transparent Lover, and she's outside Transparent Lover a length and a half then to Reduced Choice, now third. Mastic went up fourth, followed by Final Tempo around Joshua's Pride. Sedation pulled around the outside of Saboom, and Flavour back on the fence last of all. Transparent Lover's gone. Esker a half in front of Reduced Choice. The grey Final Tempo is three out. Then Mastic. Sedation coming into it now from Joshua's Pride as Reduced Choice lays it down to Esker at the 400-metre mark, and the big colt moved up on the outside now to get ahead in front of Esker a length and a half. Mastic, then Sedation, Final Tempo. 2 lengths Flavour. Reduced Choice is shot to the front. Esker's gone. Mastic after Reduced Choice at the 200-metre mark, and the big colt clear. Reduced Choice by 2 to Mastic. A gap in the race, then Flavour. But Jimmy, it was worth the big wasting here because Reduced Choice, he might be anything, and Reduced Choice takes the Manicato. 1.5 Mastic, 2 away, third Flavour, fourth Saboom, a gap Joshua's Pride, Transparent Lover, Sedation, Final Tempo, and Esker has run last.
8, 3 and 1, Reduced Choice $3, 160, Mastic $2.10, Flavour $2.
8 Reduced Choice, 350, 160. 3 Mastic to pay 220. 1 Flavour, 220. 7, 4, 8 Treble, 250, 170.
Turn. And Jim Cassidy has kept him going, and he has beaten Mastic and Flavour 8-3-1 to the Manicato. 8-3-1 with Saboom fourth, and fifth then is number 6 Joshua's Pride. Reduced Choice. Trainer Rick Orlacey certainly stated that this was the horse that he'd waited.
Moving in at Kembla. Mooney Valley on the 5th on 8-3-1. Reduced Choice $3, 160. 3 Mastic $2.10. 1 Flavour $2. The Quinella $17. Exacta 31.70. And the trifecta for 8, 3 and 1 100.
By stablemate regulations.
Marigo, there has been specking set. Racing, Marigo was a shade slow to go at the start. Splendid Horse got the best of the kick with regulations. His stablemate speeding up to match him early. 2 lengths to Odessa, Typhoon, Marigo and Appalash dropped out to the tail of the field. The 2 leaders start to steady the ship coming down the side at the 850. It's Splendid Horse now, just going a bit more keenly. Led 2 lengths on regulations with that action of his of getting his head up in the air. A length and a half Odessa, Typhoon the fence. They were followed by Marigo and Appalash outside of it. On the bend, Mitch Newman in charge on Splendid Horse, bowling along by over a length on regulations, poised to pounce. 2 lengths to Typhoon, Odessa, Appalash and Marigo. Last 6 off the leaders. Splendid Horse straightened up for home clear. At the 375, it's Splendid Horse 2 lengths on regulations. Pop the question. 2 lengths to Typhoon, Odessa, Appalash down the centre from Marigo. Splendid Horse in front. Regulations whittles down the margin quickly, and he's raced to the front at the 150 now from Splendid Horse. Then Marigo, Appalash the outside, but it's all regulations. Pretty soft in the end by the boy, and regulations goes home and wins 2.5 lengths. I think Splendid Horse has just lasted a run second in front of Marigo, a bottler of a run first up. They were followed by Appalash, Typhoon, and Odessa was last of the 6. Racing in great form, regulations. He has now won 4, in fact 3 of his last 4. And although just for a minute coming around the bend there, Splendid Horse did drop him off, but he started to feel the pinch. And the boy sitting down, hands and heels, lowly crouched in the saddle, and regulations has been too good. 160 and $1.20. Splendid Horse lasting for second, $2.80, and Marigo, very good run her. She'll be winning very shortly. She's no third dividend, number 5 for the place. She really has finished the race off full of running. So numbers confirmed. 3 regulations. Dan Griffin for Brian Guy first. Second going to number 2 Splendid Horse, Brian Guy, Mitch Newman, Marigo, Brian York, Alan Denham third, Quinella 4.30, Exacta $5.60 after the running of race 5 from Rosehill Gardens.
Now the runners at Mowbray
Penny Money, Angelic Smile away quickly. Stella Artois getting up on the inside with Marrakesh showing speed. Skates just behind those from Gilded Angel. Further back then came Lazaire. Then Lavina Bay, 2 lengths further back. Ascot Lady from Lady Merrick's. Miss Penny Money very deep. 2 further back, Dangerous Dolly. And My Sienna last of all through the gap. Stella Artois a length in front. From on the outside, Marrakesh a length and a half. Skates third. Gilded Angel fourth from Sacred Model the outside. Then further back, Angelic Smile. Lavina Bay, Ascot Lady, Fibs a gap. Miss Penny Money. Well back, Lady Merrick's followed by My Sienna, Dangerous Dolly. Stella Artois got a big break on the turn, 2 in front. Skates is after it, Marrakesh struggling. Then Gilded Angel, Ascot Lady and Sacred Model. But Stella Artois at the 200-metre mark is full of running. 4 lengths in front of Skates. Gilded Angel to third from Ascot Lady. Then further back is Marrakesh. But Stella Artois has run them ragged in front. Stella Artois scores 5 lengths Skates. 2 away third, Gilded Angel. Then further back, Ascot Lady. A gap then to Marrakesh, Sacred Model. Miss Penny Money. My Sienna picked up a few from further back, Angelic Smile, Fibs. Then Lady Merrick's well back was Dangerous Dolly. Lazaire beat one home, and that was Lavina Bay.
361 Stella Artois, $5.20 and $2. Skates at $2.50 and Gilded Angel $2.60.
3 Stella Artois, 5.10, 2.10. Number 6 Skates returning $2.50 and 1 for third, Gilded Angel, $3 even. The next at the Greyhounds, race 6. Coming up soon, as we mentioned, 542 Kel's Selections. Race about 6 minutes away, and 6 Dig Deep Demo is the sub for the first leg of the double.
Bounced from gate number 1 and has led all the way.
We'll come back. Eagle Farm race 6 down to...
Shuffling. Racing. Walk the Wild Side didn't get out well, and the same can be said for As You Do at Anciano, and a high rolling left best. The stablemate Dan Glisser works to second, and the third is the Queenslander Real Force, followed by Catbird and Transfer. A length further back is Akhenaten as they settle fully into stride. Anciano is improving ground rather quickly as Real Force gets back a little, and then Patarico. Sheltnot is racing midfield, and then Sir Howard, followed closely by Walk the Wild Side, going up on the inside of Dotteressa, and about 3 lengths further back on the run, Cat Time, followed by Disney Dollars, about 2.5 into Time for Lunch. And As You Do is last of all. They race to the side at the 800, and Catbird, a clear-cut leader from Dan Glisser. Transfer third, high rolling fourth, then Patarico, followed by Anciano, Akhenaten, a length and a half, Sheltnot, Real Force, Walk the Wild Side, the inside, and then comes Dotteressa. A gap into Cat's Life on the fence from Sir Howard. Disney Dollars to the extreme outside, scrubbed along at about 3 lengths. Time for Lunch, and a length though As You Do. Around the corner in the inaugural Honda $1 Million race for the 3-year-olds. Catbird taken on by Dan Glisser. Dan Glisser put the neck in front and raced nearly a length on Catbird. High rolling Transfer, Akhenaten, Walk the Wild Side, and Sheltnot is emerging on the outside. Dan Glisser is the leader. 100 to go. She's more than a length. Sheltnot, Akhenaten. Here's Sheltnot. She's gobbling up Dan Glisser. Walk the Wild Side flying, but the favourite wins it. Sheltnot from Dan Glisser, close for third, Akhenaten and Walk the Wild Side from Time for Lunch, Disney Dollars. Cat's Life, Dotteressa, Catbird, high rolling, followed by Transfer, As You Do, Anciano, Sir Howard, Real Force, and Patarico was last to complete the course.
Number 10, Sheltnot, favourite home, 260, 140, 11. Dan Glisser to return 310, nose for third, 3 Akhenaten, 450, or number 12, which was Walk the Wild Side, showing $7.90. Sydney Daily double combination, 5 and 10 to return $6.30.
She's got up to win by about a neck. Number 10, Sheltnot, trained by Max Lee, is on the toe to New South Wales, 240 and 150. Number 11 is second, Dan Glisser. She has paid a dividend of $2.80. And the judge has called upon an in-depth look at the computer colour image for third, because it is a desperately close finish between Akhenaten and Walk the Wild Side. The winner is trained by Max Lees. No stranger to big race success, Max, particularly here at Rose Hill, particularly in the autumn, and particularly in the 1,500 metres race that is well known now as the Coolmore Classic. He puts the polish on this filly for the estate of the late P.F. Flood. Evan Spurling, a director of the Sydney Turf Club. R.D. Hannon. Max Lees has got a share himself, as does former champion jockey Hilton Cope. Bred by the Widden stud, Bison Covert from Out Rima, and ridden by Larry Cassidy. She's had 9 starts for 4 wins, 3 seconds and 2/3. Number 10, Supreme. 11, Dan Glisser, second by Dan Zero from Vreeland. A Bay filly 3, trained by Gay Waterhouse, ridden by Chris Muntz. And obviously it must be so close to a dead heat for third, and we'll have the number or numbers.
No equal bounded out well, and so also did Ticky Prince, looking for the early lead. Fine Darnelli is racing up towards them as they settle fully into stride between them. Perfect Match, 800. Perfect Match worked to the lead here from Fine Darnelli out.
For the 7th on the program. Second leg of the double on Super Tab. They're set and away. And Arrogant Prince missed it a length and a half on the inside. Raja Bell jumped out of the stalls quickly. So did the grey Respect the Raj. Hot Touch and Rort got away well, followed by Sonizo Dancer on the outside of I Love Kiev. They're trailed by Inca Muller out wide, and Very Deep Go Davo Go, one Pyramid Boy. Here's back behind those horses, Sandridge Bay getting up on the inside from Stoic Jester, another excuse. Prince Makata at his 100 starters, second last, and 4 or 5 lengths to Arrogant Prince up the side. And Respect the Raj as a narrow leader against the rail from Raja Bell, who's out wide, and Sonizo Dancer's in the centre. Rort is up there too, I think. It's just on the outside of that grey. In behind those horses then is I Love Kiev on the rail. Go Davo goes right off the track, but he's starting to come home well. And then came Hot Touch, Sandridge Bay held up, and Pyramid Boy in the pink blinkers. Raja Bell shot a length and a half on Rort as they came to the home turn. Go Davo Go next from Inca Muller, Pyramid Boy. Raja Bell led Go Davo Go around the home turn from Inca Muller, and then Pyramid Boy. Well in the straight now. Go Davo Go moved up to Raja Bell, and then Inca Muller and Pyramid Boy. Go Davo Go and Raja Bell. Go Davo Go just with the nose in front and one at the neck. Go Davo Go from Raja Bell. Flying home third, I think Sandridge Bay grabbed that one from Inca Muller. Prince Makata made up a lot of ground, and then Pyramid Boy followed Sonizo Dancer, I Love Kiev, another excuse. Hot Touch followed by Stoic Jester. Arrogant Prince, Rort has knocked up badly, and only beat one home, and that was Respect the Raj. Go Davo Go, finishing the better on the outside. And
So this Sportsman newspaper helped you pick 700...
Racing in the Premier Stakes, and Whistle Up was slow to go, and actually the best out was Rebel Rock. Mr. Innocent got into stride very, very quickly. Pimpala Prince is right up there, followed by Mask Party Techniques, and then a gap to Thackeray. Padstow's another length back on the inside of Just Like Crystal, Yellow Breeze and Whistle Up being the joint tail enders. They race onto the side, 7:50 to go, and Rebel Rock the leader, a length and a half on Mr. Innocent. Mask Party is over on the inside, followed by Pimpala Prince. Little more than a length's gap then to Thackeray. Padstow locked away from Techniques, Just Like Crystal, Whistle Up, and Yellow Breeze whips them in. The Premier Field is passing the 5:50, and Rebel Rock in front, but Mr. Innocent is in close attendance. 2.5 to Pimpala Prince and 3 to Mask Party, and then Thackeray, Techniques, and Padstow back 4th last and locked in as they straighten, and Mick Dittman is calling upon the Coffs Harbour galloper, Mr. Innocent, and quickly Mr. Innocent put paid to Rebel Rock, and then Pimpala Prince. Padstow's getting into the clear, but he's 6 lengths from Mr. Innocent, and Mighty Mick goes for home on Mr. Innocent. It's 2 lengths Pimpala Prince. Padstow is coming home fast on the outside. Mr. Innocent is still in front. He's hanging on. Padstow flying. Mr. Innocent. Mr. Innocent lasted to beat Padstow, then Pimpala Prince, followed by Thackeray, a great run. A gap then to Whistle Up, then Rebel Rock, Just Like Crystal, Techniques, Mask Party, and Yellow Breeze last to complete the course.
Number 2, Mr. Innocent, 220, 150, 7 Padstow, 170, and 6 for third, Pimpala Prince, 290.
40. Padstow was fast getting him. Mick nursing Mr. Innocent to the line. Padstow came quickly, couldn't quite catch him. And the favourite and the second favourite of Quinella, the prestigious Premier Stakes. Number 2 at 240 and 140. Mr. Innocent, great first up record. And he has been able to beat Padstow, number 7, at 160. And number 6, Pimpala Prince in third spot, has paid $2.90. New South Wales Quinella, 480. Exacta, 760. The trifecta has paid $56.80. And the 10 into 2 double, Shalt Not and Mr. Innocent, $6.20. Mick Dittman.
And Vita Con Dios the inside with Pirate Anchor, who's prominent. Happy Star further out, the widest runner, Atomic Man. Behind them, Colorado Ring, and the inside, Cotton on Flyer. Simulation in front of the winning post now from Vita Con Dios. Regal Ricochet and Atomic Man is wide but travelling forward. Colorado Ring is holding its position 5th from Cotton on Flyer, the fence. Then further back in the race came Pirate Anchor, and last of all Happy Star. Going down the side of the 1500 metre mark, Vita Con Dios on the inside kept the rail nearly a length in front of Simulation. Atomic Man has gone up third on the outside of the grey Regal Ricochet. Then came Colorado Ring, who's tucked away 5th on the inside of Pirate Anchor. Back in the middle, Cotton on Flyer, and 2 lengths last of all is Happy Star. At the turn of the 1250 metre mark, Vita Con Dios goes to the back, about 3/4 Simulation. 2 further back is on the inside Regal Ricochet, the grey, outside at Atomic Man. 2 lengths then snookered over on the inside is Colorado Ring. Pirate Anchor outside it, a couple of lengths further back to Cotton on Flyer, and 3/4 last of all Happy Star. 1,000 to go. It's been a good generous pace in front. Vita Con Dios in the last by 3/4 Simulation. They move 2.5 to Regal Ricochet. A neck the outside is Atomic Man. A length further back, Pirate Anchor went up 5th. Waiting just behind those Colorado Ring, and then Happy Star, and 2 to Cotton on Flyer. 750 out, Vita Con Dios in the last. 3/4 Simulation, 2 to Pirate Anchor 3rd. Outside Atomic Man, the inside then Regal Ricochet. Then Happy Star, still waiting is Colorado Ring. He's 4 lengths off them, and Cotton on Flyer's gone around him. Running up to the 600 metre mark, Vita Con Dios from Simulation. Pirate Anchor, and here's the top weight, Happy Star moving forward out deep. 2 lengths further back now. Colorado Ring is picking up the bit. Just needs to get the luck through for Kathy Payne. Then further back, Atomic Man under pressure. Vita Con Dios from Simulation. Happy Star and Colorado Ring behind them. And Cotton on Flyer is wider on the track. They turn for home. She goes back to the fence on Colorado Ring. Getting to the front, Simulation from Vita Con Dios. Colorado Ring back to the inside, and Cotton on Flyer out wider. Simulation in front. Trying to get to it, Cotton on Flyer and Vita Con Dios, but Simulation takes the last, a half length. Vita Con Dios close to a dead heat for 3rd, Cotton on Flyer or Colorado Ring. A gap in the race then to Pirate Anchor, further back Atomic Man. Happy Star dropped off, and last of all is Regal Ricochet.
Number 9 Simulation, 590, 178. Vita Con Dios at 260. Either 5 Cotton on Flyer at $3 or 2 Colorado Ring at 160.
9 Simulation, 570, 190. 8 Vita Con Dios to pay $2.40, and those for 3rd, 5 Cotton on Flyer, $2.80, or 2 Colorado Ring, 160.
For 3rd to separate Colorado Ring and Cotton on Flyer.
We'll check the 3rd number. Meanwhile, for Terry Shields' turn.
They break from the 1500, and Blazing Flight from the outside jumped with gusto. Leads early from Grand Centro, Misty Air. Ask the Waiter is 4th, and then Beauchamp on the inside. 2 lengths further back is Simmer around Red Ivory. A gap to Praise Indeed, and then Kingston Shore's Catapult. Another length and a half further back in the field as they settle fully into stride. Bombardment, Tobacco Flat, and Absolute as Ronzino. They're starting to string out, going to the 1000 corner, and Blazing Flight in front of Grand Centro, about 3/4 in it. 3 all Now 4 away, third Misty Air, and another 4 lengths to Beauchamp, 2 Ask the Waiter. Length and a half to South Bend, who's parked over on the inside of Simmer, followed by Praise Indeed, and then Kingston Shores, Red Ivory, 2 Bombardment wide. In the centre is Tobacco Flat, Catapult the inside, and Ronzino's last. They've gone along helter-skelter here and out of the 600, Blazing Flight and Grand Centro put on the power. They're about 3 lengths Misty Air. A similar margin to Beauchamp, 4 Ask the Waiter, then South Bend the inner, Simmer 3 deep, 2 Kingston Shores, and then comes Red Ivory, followed by Praise Indeed, Catapult, Tobacco Flat, Bombardment and Ronzino. Straightening up Grand Centro and Blazing Flight, about 2.5 on Beauchamp. Ask the Waiter's dropped off, and Simmer being called upon. South Bend is getting right up on the inside, but Beauchamp hits the front. Beauchamp down to the 100, about a length South Bend. Simmer's making heavy weather of it, but Beauchamp is racing away. And if you're on Beauchamp, get in the queue. Beauchamp beats South Bend and Simmer. Then Ask the Waiter, followed by a clump. Catapult, Kingston Shores and Tobacco Flat. Blazing Flight, Praise Indeed, Bombardment. Further away then Grand Centro, Misty Air, Red Ivory, and last to complete the course, Ronzino.
3 Beauchamp, 5.20 and 1.90. Number 1 South Bend, 3.30 and 11 for third Simmer to return 1.50.
1 South Bend, 3.60 and 11 Simmer, $1.50. Beauchamp trained by Gay Waterhouse. For G.J. McCauley, H. Chow, K. Lewis and Mrs. D. Marquez. By Bureaucracy from Last K, a 6-year-old chestnut gelding, 22 starts for win 9, 2 seconds, 2 thirds. And the winning rider was Kevin Moses. $5.90 and $2. Number 1 South Bend has paid $3.60 by Integra from Looker. Chestnut gelding 5, Bob Thompson, Aaron Kennedy. And number 11 Simmer has paid $1.50. He's by Canny Lad from Murmurs. Grey gelding 4, John Hawkes, Rodney Quinn. The 4th, 5th, 6th to come. Quinella $30.90, $3.90, Exacta $66.40, Trifecta $178.10. The time in the last was 1:30.19, 1:30.19, 35.80 was the sectional time. Well, he might be one of those, Simmer. He looked to have every chance. He'll plug home, and he might be one of those horses always looking like. Yeah, look at that flashing run beyond me next start, but more often than not they don't win. But everyone, he seemed to have his chance here this afternoon. They went at pretty good speed in the last 1:30.19 on track with just that little bit of edge in it. That Beauchamp was simply a mile too good. Standing by for 4th, 5th and 6th, the clump of them went over for...
More from Ian shortly at the barrier and moving up well at Mowbray. Adelaide the last follows at 5 o'clock. 1 Rusty Dusty Grey, 5.70, 2.10. Late Mail and favourite. 2 Lender Club at... 14 and 4.30, 3 Smee again, 19.590, 4 Tropical Heat, 18.550, 5 Comrade Park, 65.19, 6 Diesel Dane, 18 and 6, 7 Not a Mistake, 45.14, 8 Polar Sun, 24.690, 9 Shamrock Dancer, 21.580, 10 Arnborough, 190 and 54, 11 Artful Dame, 11 and 3.30, 12 Carnivorous is 30 and 8.80, 13 Dan Tiara, 35 and 8.80, 14 Myrrh, 32 and 8, 15 New Tempo, is 150 and 23, 16 San Telmo, 660 and 280, 17 Seize the Fire, 73, 17, 18 Tram Stop, 842, 60 and 19 Valiant Bid, 610, 270, 70,000, 19, 11, 16 Selections, 8th and last Adelaide at 5 o'clock. Ian.
90 and $2, 1 South Bend, 360, 11 Simmer paid 150, Quinella $30.90, Exacta 66.40, Trifecta $178.10. Leslie, I'll send the margins through to you. You've got all other